we were just together walking in the street in some city out in the Northwest, maybe Seattle, somewhere in that area maybe. And we walked into a restaurant just off the street, and the man kind of looked at Prez and looked at me as if to say, I wonder what these two are up to, or what are they even doing together, and why do they want to eat in my restaurant? And Lester said, come on outside, Bob. And we went back outside. He said, let's find another place to eat. He said, so I said, why? I'm not going to be put off by him. You know, he doesn't like black people, or he doesn't like white people, or black people and white people together. So I'm not going to be put off by him. And when I was 18, I was ready to throw a punch. I thought there were things worthwhile throwing a punch about, and I would have thrown a punch at the man. And Prez said to me, no, it does not pay to do this. He said, I frankly do not want to eat where I'm not welcome. And at the moment, I didn't like it, but it taught me a lesson. He knew about those things. Now, someone could say to me, well, gee, Bob, that's just thumbnail sense. I don't know about that.
Prez went in the Army on a Friday. I went in the Army on a Monday. Fort MacArthur, Los Angeles. We had a theme song that we played together. It could happen to you. Joe Stafford made it. Ba 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 bee 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 ba 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 boo 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 da ba ba doo. It could happen to you. And everybody told me, says, you're not going in the Army. I said, yes, I am.
But I did try on a local level to convince them that Lester was really not the kind of a person that ought to be drafted and given a gun to become a soldier. But I couldn't, obviously I didn't succeed.
Billy, the bass player, says it hurt him to have to take a gun and put on Lester Young. The white band, McClellan wanted to put Lester in the band. The black band didn't want Lester in the band. The white band was going to pass Lester off as being white. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And he was injured in, what is it called, basic training? Yeah, in basic. He was injured, had to go into the hospital. And they were giving him all kinds of pills and things, and they found some, what they said was dope in his locker, or in his foot locker, while he was in the hospital.
Most of his problems emanated from this officer who was very resentful that Lester had a white wife and had the audacity to display her on his little stand. He was the great Lester Young prior to the officer and he having the confrontation about his wife. After that, it was just one bad detail after another until they finally drummed him out.
All I have to say is that Lester Young is the greatest. Phil, that was a great record. I hate to say this because I'm on it, and I don't mean myself. I mean that Lester Young is really the last word, and he can never be replaced as long as time exists.
He was a unique individual. So like a guy came from outer space and changed everything and then
Right.
went away on us.
Right.
Didn't tell us how to duplicate it.
Right. But, you know, that's the same situation with Art Tatum. Let's think of Art Tatum. He was out there. Let's think of Charlie Christian. You know, these giants, you know, these people are giants. Fats Waller. You know, these people are giants, and they cannot be replaced. And, well, all right, somebody come along that can play with great talent, but there's nothing like the original.
Right. And Lester Young was perhaps the most original artist that jazz has ever known.
Right, and it was a pleasure for me to just have my name associated with it.
When Prez and you hung out together, did you ever have musical conversations, talk about what music was doing?
No, we never talked because I was busy admiring him. There was never a conversation about music. He was the conversation. He was the conversation piece. He was the topic of the day.
I don't think anybody was particularly aware of exactly when he came home. There was certainly no welcome home celebration. He just reappeared on the scene and was very clean for quite a while. And actually, I saw a side of Charlie Parker, fortunately, more often than not, when he was straight. And when he was straight, he was very good, very normal, happy company. I mean, we went out to the beach together with my wife and my mother-in-law and my little daughter, and he would go out there and we'd eat hot dogs and walk along the beach, and it was just like, you know, your next door neighbor. There was that side to Charlie which not everybody saw.
He had a great sense of caring. I was with Earl Hines, Yard and I both were with him. And intermission, I was sitting up playing the piano, right? Like this is a good example. And then some white guy threw a couple pennies up on the stage. I looked down at the pennies and listened. The winds kept playing. Well, that night after the dance, when I thought everybody had left, it was a white dance, I went to the toilet. And when I came out of the toilet, I just happened to look around like this guy had a bottle, and he hit me up here. This bottle and the blood came all out of my uniform. And I picked up I don't know, one of those big bed balls, all the crown and stuff. And a lot of guys grabbed me. And Charlie Parker came in to sell all his blood. He told the guy, said, "You took advantage of my friend, you cur." He called him a cur. First time I'd heard that.
Well, you know, Bird always felt that that prejudice coming through that Earl definitely shows on the tape. Somehow he got through it with gritted teeth, but I love the expressions on the video where, I mean, that's a definite put down. Bird could kill with a look, you know.
You boys got anything more to say? Well, Earl, they say music speaks louder than words, so we'd rather voice our opinion that way, if you don't mind.
I think that'd be all right with everybody if you really want to do it.
How would you say working with Miles Davis has influenced you stylistically?
Well, it has led me into most of the things that I'm doing now. Yeah.
He has had a major stranglehold on you in that matter. I mean, he made you play the way you do, or you got a chance to play like you do?
Well, I've been free. I've been so free here, you know, that almost anything I want to try is